Let's turn the nights on for Saturday night basketball. NCAA Division II women between the host team Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets and the St. Martin Saints. Yellow Jackets march into here second place with command of it in the GNAC conference. How about an overall record of 19-4, 10-2 in the conference? St. Martin's tied for 8th, just 7-12, 3-8 in conference play. So as they get set to tip it off here on Hall of Fame weekend at Alterowitz Gymnasium, the house that Shorty built. Halftime of the men's game, 4 will be inducted, or I should say honored. They were actually inducted last night of the ceremony. 4 will be inducted at halftime of the men's game to follow in tonight's doubleheader. And here we go, tip-off goes to St. Martin's University, and it's Angel Galbraith with it early up on top. Swings it around to number 20, Kiana Rios. Back to Galbraith. Driving, inside the elbow, lefty layup, no good. Rebound, tied up, and Aspen Giese comes away with it for MSU Billings. So the Yellow Jackets, your top scoring defense in the league, giving up 57.5 per game. Western Washington is actually tied for first with that same number, and of course Western Washington, the Vikings, on top of the GNAC standings with only one loss this season. That was at the hands of MSU Billings. Here we go. Shayla Montague inside. Deani Boyce outside. Courtney Nelson pump fake. Baseline drive. Hard off the back rim. Rebound Giese. 1 minute gone by. Neither team on the scoreboard yet. Boyce kicks it out to Carrie Ann Kunkel, who can hit that. Back to Boyce. Driving now. 7 on the shot clock. Shayla Montague puts the Jackets on the board first. Three-pointer's good, and the shot clock shut itself down. So they'll blow the whistle to get that sorted out. And Montague, that's a great sign for the Yellow Jackets. She had a quiet night on Thursday. As again, they'll wait supposedly until the shot clock gets flipped back on. The net comes down. There we go. We see both. As the Saints inbound it. I was mentioning Montague, a quiet night on Thursday, but the Yellow Jackets are so deep, any player, first or second deep on this roster, can go off on any particular night, offensively or defensively. So here we go, back at it. St. Martin Saints in red, MSUB, the home team Yellow Jackets in white. Saints bounce it inside. It's another steal and another pickup for Giese, her second steal of the night. Ahead to Deani Boyce, lefty, off the glass and good. A quick 5-0 start for the Yellow Jackets, and that's a great sign for Kevin Wooden's team. Galbraith with it. Looks inside, nothing there. Saints looking for anything. Again, the Yellow Jackets, your top-rated scoring defense in the league, and there it goes. The first basket of the night for St. Martin's. Chanella Louie connects. Back come the Jackets. Giese outside, off the mark. Here we go the other way. Wolves will run it. Defended by Carrie Ann Conklin. A nice job to get back defensively. Galbraith with it now. Trying to again look inside. Size mismatch there. Courtney Nelson doing her best to defend Sarah Lammett. There it is inside. Now, what's Lammett going to do against Nelson? Spin move off the glass and good. Left-handed, it's good. And it's a one-point game. 5-4 Yellow Jackets approaching the 7-minute mark here in the opening quarter on a Saturday night. Montague with it. Kunkel calling for it inside. Has it. Back to Kunkel, just outside the elbow. Yes. Yellow Jackets off to a decent start here with a 7-4 lead under 7 minutes to play as Galbraith brings it back up. Here come the Wolves, set up in a half-court offense. Giese, a terrific job of suffocating defense there. And that one's going to be thrown away. It's going to be the third turnover tonight already for the Wolves, and the Yellow Jackets are excellent at forcing turnovers. Avery Oster into the ballgame now for St. Martin's. Nearly 6.5 to play here in the opening quarter. Giese to inbound to Courtney Nelson. Cross court to Boyce. She can hit that. And as she does, Deani Boyce jacks a three, and just like that, 3.5 minutes in, the Yellow Jackets have 10 points. They lead it by 6 with a timeout on the floor. And welcome back to Yellow Jacket women's basketball on a Saturday night here at Altero's Gymnasium. It's MSUB hosting the St. Martin Saints. Yellow Jackets with a quick 10-4 lead, prompting a Saints timeout. Back in play now. Galbraith brings it across midcourt. Hands off to Maya Hatchett-Gross. Hatchett-Gross driving the lane. Off the mark. Rebounded by Montague. Nelson with it now across to Deani Boyce. Up top Montague. She's already got one tonight. Aspen Giese defended well. Slides it out then inside to Deani Boyce, who frees herself up. That one's rejected. I believe it was Kiana Rios who got a hand on it. Possession stays with the Jackets. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Inbound Deani Boyce. Back to Shayla Montague. Montague spin fade off the front rim, and once again, here comes Giese. She's everywhere for the Yellow Jackets early on. Boyce wide open and gets it to fall. So a 12-4 lead for MSU Billings. Galbraith with it, defended by Giese. Rios with it. Back to Galbraith. Now inside, tapped away by Deani Boyce and stolen. It's another turnover for the Wolves. I believe that's 5 inside 5 minutes gone by in this game. Yellow Jackets set it up on offense. Carefully carving. Boyce tipped it, looked like she had the rebound, and Shayla Montague pokes it away. Giese and Courtney Nelson now set it up again. Inside, they just try to keep going inside to Deani Boyce, and it's been deflected on a couple of straight possessions there. Galbraith handles it. Up top, inside, nearly thrown away by the Wolves. Boyce quickly out to defend. Now Giese on Galbraith. Screen set. Galbraith fires for three. Got it. Rainbow three is good for St. Martin's, and that draws the Wolves back to within 5. Natalie Andreas up off the bench. She will be one of 4 substitutions into the game at the next dead ball. Nelson with it, defended by Galbraith. Nice spin move. Had some daylight to the basket. Instead, she'll pop the 3. That's no good. Rebound Kunkel. And off the Wolves. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets. So Taryn Shelley, Chloe Williams, Danny Zahn, and Natalie Andreas all sub in for the Yellow Jackets. Approaching the 4-minute mark here in the opening quarter, 12-7 Yellow Jackets. Giese with it as Andreas tries to post up inside. 2 of them in the same spot, Williams and Andreas. One of them had to clear out. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Inside, Andreas, pretty pass to Shelley. Now Giese will have to take the 3. No good. Tapped around and corralled by the Wolves. Here comes Galbraith on the run. She sees some daylight and scores over Danny Zahn. 5-0 run quickly, just like that, for the Wolves, who draw back to within 3. Shelley up on top. Now Danny Zahn. 20 on the shot clock. Screen set for Zahn. Galbraith fights through it. Inside to Taryn Shelley, who had her way from that position on Thursday night. She's off for the first time tonight. And the Wolves will set it up in the half court. Yellow Jackets by 3. Under 3 minutes to play now in this opening quarter. Galbraith drives to the basket, flips another one up off the glass, no good. Now on a fast break, Chloe Williams glides to the basket and in. Defense into offense that quickly for the Yellow Jackets. Safely across midcourt, Maya Hatchett-Gross with the basketball. She drives, has a double screen set, nothing doing as Zahn's back on defense. Now inside, Shelley defending, suffocating, forces a tough shot up off the glass. It's tipped out and it'll go the other way. They say last touch by the Wolves. Aspen Giese gets her first break of the night as Courtney Nelson subs back in for MSUB. Hall of Fame weekend here on the campus. Alterowitz Gymnasium, halftime of the men's game. They'll honor the 4 who were inducted last night. Janelle Olson, former Yellow Jacket player and the school's all-time leading rebounder. Now an assistant coach, along with Ty Elkin, Meg Harris-Simchuk, and Brody Miller. All to be acknowledged at halftime of the men's game. Set to tip off just about 30 minutes after this one wraps up. Meantime, it's 14-9 here. Yellow Jacket women on top of St. Martin's. Wolves are fighting for their postseason lives here. Shelley can't get it to go. Corrals her own rebound up and in. Taryn Shelley's first points of the night at the 2-minute mark, and it's back to a 7-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Angel Galbraith with it. Back to Galbraith. She's already fired from outside and hit once from deep. Natalie Andreas defending on the inside. They'll kick it outside. Just 6 on the shot clock now. Good Yellow Jacket defense. Spin move there, no good. Somehow Shelley comes away with it in the trees, and here comes Danny Zahn running the other way. Handoff, Andreas, she can hit that. Not this time. Out of bounds. Possession coming up to the Wolves.
Shanoa Louie back in for the Saints.
Shanoa Louie checks back in for St. Martin's as they'll inbound under their own basket, and Galbraith set to bring it across midcourt. (16-9) MSU Billings. Andreas helps out down low, and it works. The foul, check at the whistle on Ryan Clear for a travel.
Caitlin Grossman in for the Jackets.
And we'll take it the other way. Here come the Yellow Jackets. Zahn across midcourt. Caitlin Grossman checks in, the Billings West freshman, early in this game. Under a minute to play here in the opening quarter. Inside, Shelley shoved. And the whistle. Basket's going to be no good. That'll just be the second team foul on St. Martin's, so the Yellow Jackets will inbound. Clean game so far defensively for MSUB. No fouls called. Nelson handles it. That could have been a bump. Cross court to Chloe Williams. Inside to Shelley. Ripped away from Shelley, and here come the Wolves the other way. Nelson defending, but gliding to the basket. Ryan Clear. So a turnover leads to points for the Wolves. 30 seconds left, 25 on the shot clock here in the opening quarter. About a 5-second difference. They'll go back inside to Shelley, who's double-teamed. Grossman thrown to the ground. Won't be a shooting foul. Team foul number 3 on the Wolves.
Fouls on number 24, Shanoa Louie, Shayla Montague, and Carrie Ann Kunkel.
Fouls on Louie. That's her first of the game. So Shelley and Chloe Williams will take a break for the Yellow Jackets as Courtney Nelson is set to inbound. Up top, finds Carrie Ann Kunkel. Yellow Jackets can essentially play for the final shot of the half. Less than a second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Zahn takes her time out near midcourt. Kunkel set for the screen up top. 4 seconds left. Inside, Kunkel off the glass, rolls around and in at the buzzer. Yellow Jackets with an 18-11 lead after 1. We'll be back for the second quarter action coming up. And we're back with Yellow Jacket women's basketball on a Saturday night at Altero's Gymnasium as MSUB plays host to St. Martin's University, the Yellow Jackets. 19-4 this season, 10-2 in the conference. St. Martin's 7-12, 3-8 in conference play, fighting for its postseason life. Inside, wide open, Kunkel for a moment, fakes, rim checked, gets her own rebound, tied up, and finally a whistle. They'll say jump ball. That jump ball turns it over, so the Wolves take over. Sarah Lamette now in for St. Martin's. As Galbraith dribbles up court. 18-11, Yellow Jackets at home in front. On the heels of an 8-game win streak, trying to make it 9 this season. Sole possession of second place in the GNAC, and that one's lost out of bounds. It'll go the other way. Janelle Sutterlicht just lost control. Here comes Danny Zahn. Across midcourt. Under 9.5 to play here before the halftime break. Courtney Nelson with a cross court to Zahn. Yellow Jackets are so deep, anybody can score, anybody can defend. That one's tipped away, corralled by Nelson. 8 on the shot clock. Wide open in the corner, Danny Zahn for 3, yes! Big basket for the Yellow Jackets. The shot clock was inside 5 seconds. They build their largest lead of the night, now 10. Yellow Jackets trying to put this one away early. They've held double-digit leads earlier this season, only to survive down the stretch. They'd love it on Hall of Fame weekend to build the double-digit lead and just continue to increase it. Saints with the ball, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Galbraith, no. Nelson, rebound. And we'll run it the other way. Boyce slows it down, finds Zahn. Hit a big 3 on the last possession. Yellow Jackets continue to punch it inside. Kunkel, nowhere to go, outside. Montague, 3, no. In the corner, saved by the Wolves, and we'll run it the other way. Here comes Galbraith. Approaching 8 minutes now left in the opening quarter, opening half, I should say. Galbraith into the corner to Ryan Clear, now back up top. Inside, spin move, defended well as Kunkel comes over to help, and I believe she'll be whistled for the foul. And she is, Carrie Ann Kunkel. Kunkel's first foul tonight, that's the first team foul for the Yellow Jackets in this second quarter as Aspen Giese checks back in for the Yellow Jackets. Sarah Lamette at the line now for a pair of free throws. In and out. To this point, 5 turnovers for SMU, 3 for the Yellow Jackets. Lamette's second free throw bounces around, this time falls. So a 10-point lead cut to 9. Yellow Jackets seeking their biggest lead of the game here. If they can manage a basket on this possession, they'll swing it around the horn. Wide open. Montague, 3. No. Rebound, Aspen Giese. She's killing it on the boards tonight. Kunkel with it from the elbow. Poked away, and that's a turnover. 4th of the night for the Yellow Jackets. Here come the Wolves. Maya Hatchett-Gross to the basket. They say Deani Boyce got a little too close there.
Foul number 30, Deani Boyce.
Hatchett-Gross will be to the free throw line for a pair as Taryn Shelley checks back in for the Yellow Jackets. Avery Oster in for SMU.
Maya Hatchett-Gross at the line shooting 2.
Maya Hatchett-Gross, her first is good. Cuts the lead down to 8. Second free throw up and in. It's down to 7. Largest lead thus far was 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Nelson with it over to Montague. Back to Nelson. Giese. Shelley battling for inside position. They find her. She fakes the pass. Shoots. No good. Here comes Hatchet Gross. Defended by Nelson. Hatchet Gross around the corner, now looking inside. That bounce pass is there. Several spin moves, another one. Whistle's blown, and they call her for a travel. That was an awful lot of spin moves. You had to wonder whether or not she'd move that pivot foot at some point, and she did. Giese with it. Back to Nelson. They're going to look inside again with Shelley trying to post up. There she is. That's tough to stop. Taryn Shelley with another basket for the Yellow Jackets. Lead back to 9 for the home team MSUB Jackets on Hall of Fame night. Hall of Fame weekend. Inductions were last night. Inductees will be honored tonight at halftime of the men's game. Set to tip about a half hour after this one wraps up. 6 on the shot clock, driving to the basket. Nice move there, but she can't hit. Wow, Avery Oster was wide open. Nelson, quickly to Boyce. Pulls up, got it. 11-point lead, the largest tonight for MSUB with 5:49 to play here before halftime. Top scoring defense in the league in white. Yellow Jackets only allowing 57 points a game. They've given up 14 here tonight. More suffocating defense from Giese as Hatchet Gross spins in and hits off the glass. Giese with it now. Wide open Montague, corner. She hit the first one tonight. Giese with another rebound. Boy, is she cleaning up the glass tonight. Aspen Giese. Just a terrific job on the boards for MSU Billings, and those are huge. That's her 5th rebound. We're not even halfway through the second quarter. She's on pace for almost 20 tonight. Likely won't get there, but boy, is she a offensive spark plug for the Yellow Jackets right now. Carrie Ann Conkle inside to Boyce. Chloe Williams with it. Nelson. Conkle driving, dumps it inside to Boyce. Soft touch, no. Giese nearly with another rebound. Excellent job of crashing the glass, Aspen Giese tonight. Hatchet Gross the other way. Hatchet Gross now driving. Williams not faked at all. Nelson tips it away, and another turnover for the Wolves. Courtney Nelson and the Yellow Jackets running. Cross-court pass, Williams open just inside the three-point line and got it. That'll force another timeout. Christy Martin of St. Martin's in her 7th season says, I've seen enough. Let's take a break. Yellow Jackets lead it 27-16. And welcome back to Yellow Jacket women's basketball on a Saturday night. NCAA Division II hoops. Quick conference over here at the scorer's table. Frank Costello down there having a word with the official. I'm up top, so I can't hear the conversation, nor can I read the lips. But they are set to inbound and continue play with MSU Billings on top. 27-16 here. 4:34 left before halftime. Here comes the inbound pass to Galbraith. She brings it across midcourt. She'll be defended by Aspen Giese. Excellent defense as they switch. Do the Jackets there. Giese on Galbraith. Nowhere to go. Nelson keeps pace with Hatchet Gross. Hatchet Gross called for the travel. Another excellent defensive possession for the Yellow Jackets. Great stop there. It's turnover number 7 tonight for the Wolves. Boyce now inbounds to Courtney Nelson. Jackets only trail Western Washington in the conference standings. Western is 17-2 right now, 11-1 in the league. That loss to MSUB right here in this building. Boyce, three-pointer, no, off the mark, rebounded by the Wolves. Under 4 minutes to play here as Galbraith brings it up court. Giese switches nicely. Williams gets lost in traffic, back outside now on Hatchet Gross. Wolves looking for anything right now. 10 on the shot clock. Hatchet Gross fires the three. That's no good. Could have been called over the back on number 31, Laia Carrillas, but it is not. Carrillas from Spain, the Spaniard. 6'1" sophomore. We've got another issue now with the scorer's table as they'll debate something. St. Martin's coach Christy Martin, as I mentioned before, in her 7th season, just looks bewildered down there. She'll get an explanation, but the possession stays with MSU Billings. She's still pleading her case. Yellow Jackets up 27-16, and they've been good this season. Again, on the heels of an 8-game win streak, trying to make it 9 with a victory tonight on Hall of Fame weekend. And they finally blow the whistle. Here we go with the inbound. Danny Zahn brings it up court for the Yellow Jackets. Defended by Galbraith. Inside, Terrence Shelley. Looked like a quick bounce pass option. Instead, ends up in the hands of Kunkel. Now back to Shelley, who spins, baseline, fires it outside to Williams, who frees herself up into the paint. Collision, contact, no whistle, and we go the other way. Approaching the 3-minute mark, that one's just lost out of bounds. But they'll say it was last touched by Chloe Williams. Wolves trailing by 11. It's the largest lead of the night for MSU Billings. Galbraith inbound, bounce pass. Correa's trying to post up. Galbraith finds her with a bounce pass. Correa's back outside. Back inside to her, deflected away by Danny Zahn. 10 on the shot clock. Good defense by the Yellow Jackets, who've only allowed 16 points in this opening half as we're under the 3-minute mark. 10 on the shot clock. Galbraith with a double screen. Which way does she go? To the left. Defended, switched nicely by Giese. Galbraith inside and blocked by Giese. Here come the Yellow Jackets. Danny Zahn pulls it back out. Shelley trying to post up. Has possession. Pretty pass inside. Kunkel had the size advantage over Galbraith. Couldn't hit. Under 2.5 to play before break, and she just lost it off her leg. Turnover, Kiana Rios, and here come the Jackets. Terrence Shelley can hit that three, and she lobs it too high. So back-to-back turnovers on back-to-back possessions there for each team. Galbraith across midcourt. Yellow Jackets trying to keep the Wolves under 20 in this opening half. We're under 2 minutes to play now. Galbraith three. Pretty shot, another rainbow three in for Galbraith. That's her second tonight. And she leads the Wolves with 8 points. Deani Boyce leads everybody in scoring with 9 for the Yellow Jackets. 27-19. Giese with it. Shelley inside posting up. And a steal by Galbraith. Another turnover. She throws it down court. Chloe Williams back and rejects it. How about the defensive effort for Chloe Williams, who comes out of there with a smile? Boy, she is a tough player, offensively and defensively for the Yellow Jackets. As Williams stays in the ball game, 3 subs in for the Yellow Jackets. That looked like an easy layup at first, but Williams sprints back to say, no way, not in my house. Galbraith now in the inbounds. Plenty of time to shoot, 25 on the shot clock. Hatchet Gross. Inside, deflected. Somehow held on to. Spin shot good for Sarah Lamette. Great job there by Lamette to A, corral that ball, and B, score it. It's a 5-0 run for the Wolves. Shelley now battling inside. Whistle blown. That's going to be, I believe, on Lamette, and it is. Pretty clean second quarter. That's only the 4th team foul total. We've only got 1:01 left here before the break. Yellow Jackets by 6 on their home court. Shelley inbounds. Shot clock reset at 20 seconds. Back into Shelley right away. Defended by Lamette. Shelley, nothing but glass there. Good defense by Lamette, who sprints down court. She was open for a moment inside. Instead, Galbraith kicks it out. Hatchet Gross with it. Challenges Shelley. Nowhere to go. And they'll set it up again, the Wolves. Good defense for the Yellow Jackets. Leading by 6. Galbraith with it, defended by Williams. Galbraith up and no, off the rim, but she'll have 2 free throws coming.
Foul number 11, Chloe Williams.
So a 5-0 run right now for St. Martin's to get back into this thing, and the Yellow Jackets have been guilty of this. Approaching halftime in multiple games this season, they'll have a double-digit lead or at least a wide gap and then let teams back in, only to come out and typically bury them in the second half. First free throw up and good for Galbraith. Lead cut to 5. Second one on the way. Buries it. Angel Galbraith leads them with 10 points tonight. In fact, leads everybody in scoring with 10. Yellow Jackets can play for the final shot. Just 15 seconds left here before halftime. Oh, Nelson hits the deck, recovers. Thrown away again by Shelley. Nearly corralled, and it is by Boyce. 3 on the shot clock. Williams launches, no. And the Wolves have done what they've wanted to. Down the stretch, they close on a 7-0 run, make it a 4-point game on Hall of Fame weekend against the Yellow Jackets. MSU leads at 27-23. And welcome back to Alterowitz Gymnasium here on the campus of MSU Billings. Less than a minute to play, and St. Martin's women just now funneling out of the locker room. They're not going to get a chance to shoot around at all. Full team's not even out on the court yet. Nor is head coach Christy Martin or any of her staff. Interesting. 30 seconds left before we tip it off here in the second half. And the big story is St. Martin's closed on a 7-0 run. The Yellow Jackets had an 11-point lead, but just went ice cold down the stretch. Jackets didn't score a point in the final 4 minutes, 36 seconds. So with 15 seconds left, Saints coaches straggle their way off the court. Yellow Jacket players are already out there, so who knows what was said in this locker room. Maybe they just weren't notified of the clock time. At any rate, the Wolves got zero chance to shoot around here to open the second half, so we'll see what the Yellow Jackets do. They were out with about 3 minutes remaining. And here comes the inbound, Courtney Nelson. And the Jackets looking for their first points in over 4.5 minutes. Aspen Giese with it. Shayla Montague back to Nelson. Giese up on top. Approaching 10 on the shot clock. They'll get it inside. Montague this time spins, rattles it home, and scores. And that snaps a drought of almost 5 minutes without a point for the Yellow Jackets. They open the second half with an inside basket from Montague. So we'll see what kind of shooting we get, or what kind of offense in general we get. There's a quick turnover for the Wolves. Giese underneath, Boyce, nicely off the glass, and a quick 4-0 start inside this first 45 seconds for the Yellow Jackets. You get the feeling they're going to bust away with this thing here in the second half, as they've done so many times this season. Giese now defending out on top against Angel Galbraith. Nelson now playing defense. Nicely done. 8 on the shot clock now for St. Martin's. Deani Boyce defending. Rim check, and wow, they're going to call a foul, blow the whistle on that one. So, with just 2 seconds left on the shot clock, Wolves are going to be bailed out. Foul called on Deani Boyce, her second tonight.
Number 3, Avery Osturian for St. Martin's.
So a great defensive series there for the Yellow Jackets. Just a tough whistle down the stretch. Ryan Clear now shooting a pair of free throws for St. Martin's, and there they are. They're on the board here in the second half, trailing by 7. Clear, second free throw, up on the way, front rim, and rattles home. So here we go, MSUB looking to score on 3 straight possessions here to open the second half. Courtney Nelson with it. Aspen Giese from the corner, that's no good. Rebound, Shayla Montague in the opposite corner. That keeps it alive, another possession for the Yellow Jackets. Wide open, Carrie Ann Kunkel, got it! Big basket for the Yellow Jackets, who increased their lead back to 9. Their largest tonight's been 11. Galbraith crosses up Giese, but Giese back on defense. Galbraith then to the basket, no good. Giese with the rebound. She'll zip it across midcourt. Finds Deani Boyce, basket, bumped, and the foul call. 2 free throws on the way. They say she was in the act of shooting, so Deani Boyce with a chance for a pair of free throws here. She's a leading scorer so far tonight with 11 points in the game. That leads everybody. Carrie Ann Kunkel with 7 for the Yellow Jackets. Shayla Montague has 5. Galbraith has 10 for the Wolves. Sarah Lamette with 5 and Ryan Clear with 4. 2 of those coming on the free throw attempts. So back-to-back free throws off the mark for Boyce, but Kunkel finds a way to make sure it's tipped out of bounds by the Wolves. Possession will stay with the Yellow Jackets. Kiana Rios takes a seat for the Wolves as Deani Boyce gets set to inbound here. She finds Montague, who gets it to Nelson. Jackets set up the offense. Giese had an open look at the 3, passed it up. Nelson, jump skip. Boyce Had Kunkel flashing to the basket. Now Caesar. Kunkel, spin, move, and got it. So Carrie Ann Kunkel. Ooh, Nelson nearly with another steal. As Galbraith collects it, she'll bring it across midcourt for St. Martin's, now trailing by 11. This is the largest lead of the night for MSU Billings. In the paint, spin, fade away, off target. Fight for it, and the Wolves come away with it. She'll fire again. Ryan Clear, no good. Back-to-back misses for Clear, and here come the Yellow Jackets. Giese had the three, settles for the elbow, and gets it. Yellow Jackets blistering St. Martin's here to open the third quarter, beef their lead now to 13, largest of the night with under 7 minutes to play in the third. Avery Oster with it. Gets it to Gilbraith. Defended by Giese. Fights through the screen. Back to Gilbraith. Under 10 seconds to shoot. Gilbraith drives in double team traffic, plus the foul. Wow, what a big basket for St. Martin's, and a tough one for MSUB because the Wolves were under 10 seconds to go on the shot clock, closer to 4 when that basket went. Foul was on Aspen Giese. It's been a really relatively clean game in terms of foul calls. Just 3 here in the third quarter. Free throw up and good for Galbraith. She's the leading scorer for everybody tonight, now with 13 points, trying to keep St. Martin's in this thing. Nelson to Giese. Inside, deflected away. Stolen, turnover. Here come the Wolves. Galbraith, don't want her shooting. She kicks it to the outside corner. Giese takes the charge. No call, but she comes up with the steal. Ryan Clear still down on the court back there. This ball is deflected. It'll stay possession with the Yellow Jackets. St. Martin's coach Christy Martin is just beside herself down at the opposite end. She thought Ryan Clear should have been drawing a foul there. Could have drawn the foul call for a charge. No whistle at all. Yellow Jackets maintain possession with 6:04 left here in the third quarter. Hall of Fame weekend at Shorty's house at Alterowitz Gymnasium as you're watching NCAA Women's College Basketball Division II. That's a 3 for Giese and off the mark. Other way, Galbraith, the most dangerous player on the court tonight, has her pocket picked by Chloe Williams. It's a 2-on-2. Williams slows it down, finds Nelson. Natalie Andreas from the free throw line, no good. Rebound Nelson. And Andreas will back it out. Handoff. Ooh, and a foul call there. That one's on Carillas. Check it, they call that on Kiana Rios. 2 team fouls apiece, 5:35 to play here in the half. Shanoa Louie takes a seat for the Wolves. Boyce wants to go one-on-one, thinks twice, now finds Chloe Williams, who finds Andreas inside. 9 on the shot clock now. Boyce splits through traffic, soft touch, no good. Here comes Hatchet Gross now, running. Defended by Giese. And a foul called on Aspen Giese. That'll send her to the line for 2. Maya Hatchet Gross with her team trailing by 10. Leading scorers right now, Galbraith with 13 to lead everybody. Deani Boyce for the Yellow Jackets with 11. If you're looking at free throws, the Yellow Jackets have only shot 2 tonight. St. Martin's, well, there's an air ball. St. Martin's, prior to that free throw attempt, 9 of 10. So 10 free throws for the Saints tonight, just 2 for the Yellow Jackets, who are 0 for 2. Jackets just 4 of 15 from three-point shooting. Danny Zahn subs into the game along with Taryn Shelley now. Williams in the corner. Shelley posting up. Inside out to Andreas, who finds Williams. Pump fake. Split the defense. That shot's hard. And the rebound goes to Hatchet Gross. Under 5 minutes to play. Hatchet Gross fast to the basket. Layup's good. Lefty. And here comes another St. Martin's run. We'll see what the Jackets do about it. Nelson. Whoa, they call an offensive foul on, maybe that was on the screen. Yeah, they're going to call it on Taryn Shelley for an illegal screen. And that'll call for a timeout on the floor. 7-point game as the Yellow Jackets lead it with 4:37 left here in the third quarter. So welcome back to Alterowitz Gymnasium. It's a 6-0 run for St. Martin's here, approaching the 4.5-minute mark left in the third quarter. SMU in red, Yellow Jackets in white, playing at home on Hall of Fame weekend. Jump shot, no good. Air ball as it hits the bottom of the net. Wrestled. They'll call a jump ball on that. Possession will stay with St. Martin's. And they're debating whether or not to reset the shot clock, which they should not have. So they crank it down from 20 seconds to 10 left to get a shot off. Should not have been reset because the ball never hit the rim. Galbraith inbounds for the Saints. Hatchet Gross in the paint. She walks. Another turnover for the Saints as the Yellow Jackets take control. Jackets have been held without a basket for about the last 3 minutes. In fact, held without a point. Danny's on with it, defended by Hatchet Gross. Nelson. Back out to Williams. Inside, deflected away, and another steal. Hatchet Gross comes away with it, fires down court. Saints with a chance to make it an 8-0 run, and they do it. Here comes Danny's on, down to a 5-point game with under 4 minutes to play here at Alterowitz Gymnasium. Saints just won't go away. Going to travel that way. Another turnover for the Yellow Jackets. So St. Martin's has scored the last 8 points. Yellow Jackets' last basket. In fact, their last point was Aspen Giese at 7:04. So nearly 4 minutes without a basket for MSUB. They went a stretch run of 4:36 to close the first half without a basket. SMU can make it a 10-0 run or 11, depending on what happens with this possession. Hatchet Gross in the corner, three-pointers up and good. It's an 11-0 run for St. Martin's, and the Saints are back to within 2 at 38-36. Andreas defended out top, now to Nelson. Montague, big three, got it. Are they going to count the basket? They're going to send both teams to the benches as they figure out what to do here in terms of the call. Was that foul before or after the shot attempt? If it was after the shot attempt, that basket will count. Or in the midst of. So we'll see what they say. Yellow Jackets lead at 38-36, but the Saints are running right now at Alterowitz. Welcome back to Alterowitz Gymnasium, where the officials determined that three-pointer was good for the Yellow Jackets. So a big one for Shayla Montague. Plus a foul, so the Yellow Jackets will now inbound. That's a big three-pointer. In fact, any point big at this point for the Yellow Jackets, because they'd gone over 4 minutes without scoring here in the third quarter. Foul, by the way, was on Keely Jade Smith. So here we go. Yellow Jackets to inbound. Courtney Nelson, daylight to the basket, quickly closed. Off the knee, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Jackets. (41-36) MSUB with under 3 minutes to play here at home. Trying to make it 9 straight wins on the season. St. Martin's just 3-8 in conference play, fighting for its playoff life as Montague is off target. Here comes Galbraith to Hatchet Gross. MSU Billings with the top scoring defense in the GNAC. They share that title at the moment with Western Washington. Galbraith in traffic, no good. Rebound Shelley. Jackets are only allowing 57.5 per game. Same as Western Washington. Boyce inside. Back out to Montague. Shelley now posting up. Finds Courtney Nelson on the baseline, who dribbles it off her foot, and that'll be a turnover to the Wolves. Boy, I've got Wolves on my mind tonight, and apologies to the St. Martin's fan. We played, the Yellow Jackets did Western Oregon, who are the Wolves, on Thursday night. So here come the Saints. Galbraith brings it up court. Plenty of time to shoot as we approach 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Hatchet Gross with it. Around the screen. Back outside to Galbraith. Defended by Giese. Carrie Ann Kunkel defending that time. Rattles in and out. Rebound Shelley. Yellow Jackets will bring it back up across midcourt. Shayla Montague. Kunkel posting inside. Calling for it. That's a battle. She's just getting jacked all around. Foul's going to be called a hold on number 35, Keely Jade Smith. So Jade Smith sits down. Shelley gets tended to here on the near side in front of the Yellow Jacket bench. 21 seconds left on the shot clock. 1:35 left here in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets with a 5-point lead. Their largest tonight has been 13. Another turnover, just careless basketball. Saints will take over now with 1:29 left here in the third quarter. Saints trailing by 5. Would love to cut into this. Edge to the Yellow Jackets in this third quarter. 14-13 in terms of scoring. 15 on the shot clock and counting. Maya Hatchet Gross recklessly inside, off target, and corralled by Deani Boyce. Yellow Jackets maintain possession now as Boyce unloads to Giese. Under a minute left in the third. Dumped inside to Taryn Shelley. Automatic from there. Lefty layup's good. Lead back to 7 for the home team Yellow Jackets. Deep three. Off target. Rebounded by the Saints. Shelley defending underneath, and they blow a late whistle on Taryn Shelley, so that'll be 2 free throws coming up.
Number 20, Taryn Shelley.
For Laia Curtius. Curtius at the line now. Shelley's going to take a seat. That's her first foul tonight. So with just 33 seconds left, Curtius with a chance to cut this back to a 5-point game. First free throw, no good. Yellow Jackets took the opening quarter 18-11. That one falls. St. Martin scored the final 6 points of the half for a 12-9 advantage in that quarter. The Yellow Jackets have this advantage 16-14. 23 on the game clock, 18 on the shot clock. Yellow Jackets trying to wind it down here. And there it is, under 10 seconds, Kevin Wooden calls out his play. Wooden in his 19th season for MSU Billings. Nelson drives into the lane, rejected, and back the other way. Here come the Saints. Nice bounce pass. Layup at the buzzer, no good. Could have been by Ryan Clear, but it's off target. We head to the fourth and final quarter coming up. MSU Billings 43-37 over St. Martin's. Welcome back to fourth quarter action at Alterowitz Gymnasium. Women's college basketball, NCAA Division II on a Saturday night between MSU Billings and the St. Martin Saints. Opening possession of the quarter here to the Yellow Jackets, who lead at 43-37. Carrie Ann Kunkel triple team for a moment inside, and a quick foul called on the Saints. Just 20 seconds into the quarter. If you're looking at the turnover margin right now, Saints with 14 tonight, but the Yellow Jackets not far behind with 12. So inside, Nelson posts up Galbraith. Got it to go. Courtney Nelson with a big basket for the Yellow Jackets. Lead back to 8 for MSU Billings. Galbraith right by Carrie Ann Kunkel into the basket. Punch, counter punch on those two possessions as Giese brings it back up court with a 6-point lead. Courtney Nelson thought about the three. Giese will take it. Got it. Aspen Giese. And a quick 5-point start for the Yellow Jackets to open this fourth quarter. Under 9 minutes to play in the game. Saints back down 9. Another wide open lane to the basket. Going to be a block call. And Angel Galbraith will go to the free throw line.
Foul number 14, Courtney Nelson.
These will be the 14th and 15th free throw attempts for St. Martin's tonight. MSU Billings 0 for 2. Just 2 trips to the line.
Keely Jade Smith enters game for Saints.
Keely Jade Smith back in for the Saints as Maya Hatchet Gross limps off. And Galbraith's second free throw up and good. She's having a great night. Leading scorer with 17 at this point. Yellow Jacket lead cut back to 7. Inside, Carrie Ann Kunkel. She's been quiet tonight. That's no good. Giese with the rebound, somehow in traffic. They'll kick it back outside to Nelson for 3. In and out. Another rebound for Aspen Giese. What a night for Aspen Giese rebounding. That's 9 for Giese tonight. Nobody else anywhere near her. Taryn Shelley next with 5. Giese now, cross court. Deani Boyce 3. In and out. Hard off the back rim. Nelson defends, nearly pokes it away. And here come the Saints. Dumped inside. And that'll stay possession with the Saints. Off of Courtney Nelson. 18 left to shoot, 8:02 left in the game. Yellow Jackets with a 7-point lead on Hall of Fame weekend as Taryn Shelley now checks back into the game for the Yellow Jackets. Carrie Ann Kunkel gets a rest. Safely inbounded with 15 now on the shot clock. Shayla Montague defending. Pretty good defense by the Yellow Jackets. Eventually around the horn. That one hard off the back rim and rebounded by Shelley, who was instantly back into the game. Nearly thrown away. Nelson wasn't looking for the pass. Shelley, Taryn Shelley posting up. Fires across court. Shayla Montague, no. Giese nearly with another rebound. Jumps back to her feet. Other way. Saints, 3. Got it. Big basket for Kiana Rios as the Saints are suddenly back to within 4 after trailing by 13 tonight. They won't go away. Yellow Jackets leading with just about 7 minutes left in this game. Nelson spins around, loses Galbraith, and scores. So your lead back to 6 for MSUB with under 7 minutes to play now. Galbraith fights around Giese. Nice pass inside. They're going to call Galbraith for a charge. Nelson was firmly planted inside. She led the Yellow Jackets a year ago. Took 35 charges last season. Chloe Williams back in for the Yellow Jackets as Shayla Montague gets a rest. Kevin Wooden in his 19th season here at MSUB. Well over 300 wins. He passed that mark early this season. Nelson tied up at midcourt. Regains possession. Dribble drive. Gives it up at the free throw line. Shelley can hit that, but doesn't. And Deani Boyce finds a way to reel it in. Kevin Wooden wants a timeout, so we'll take it. With the Yellow Jackets leading here at home, 50-44. 6:33 left in this one. Welcome back to Altero's Gymnasium on a college basketball Saturday night. MSU Billings hosting the St. Martin Saints, where it's Hall of Fame weekend here. Inducted last night, Janelle Olson, who's an assistant on the Yellow Jacket bench, along with Ty Elkin, longtime basketball player, Meg Harris-Simchuk, terrific softball player, and Brody Miller, the All-American baseball player, as Nelson drives to the basket, and she gets bumped by Kiana Rios.
Number 20, Kiana Rios.
That'll be the second foul of the game on Rios. Again, fairly clean game in terms of fouls, in terms of foul calls. If you look at it, free throws, St. Martin's attempting 15. This will be just the third of the night for the Yellow Jackets. Nelson hits it. Second free throw on the way. It's been a dead even fourth quarter. Each team with 7 points. That made it 8, and that makes it 9 for the Yellow Jackets. So the Wolves starting to run out of time, trying to answer here, but only down by 8. Saints looking. Inside. Dribble drive, almost. Could have been a travel, and it is. Turnover for the Saints. That one called on Keely Jade Smith.
Carrie Ann Kunkel and Danielle Zahn in for the Jackets. Maya Hatchett-Gross in for the Saints.
Maya Hatchett-Gross back in for the Saints. The Yellow Jackets will inbound here with 6:08 to play in this one. Danny Zahn double teamed as the Saints go into a full court press. Zahn passing always beats the press if you can pass on target. Jackets do it safely. 15 left on the shot clock. Shelley has Williams on the outside corner, gets it to her, and that one's thrown away. Turnover Yellow Jackets, so Saints get the ball back, trailing by 8 with 5:49 left here in this one. Here comes Sarah Lamette back into the game, subbing in for Curtis. Galbraith to Hatchett-Gross. Back to Galbraith. Seemed to be in no hurry to shoot, trailing by 8. 5.5 left to play. Wide open, in the corner, three-pointer, in and out. Rebounded, though, by the Saints. She'll take another one. No. Kiana Rios passes to Lamette. Lamette gets it from the free throw line. And it's back to a 6-point game. Danny Zahn defended by Galbraith. And that one's thrown away. Back-to-back turnovers now for the Yellow Jackets. Kevin Wooden will quickly sub in a couple of players here as Deani Boyce and Shayla Montague re-enter. 5:07 to play here, and what was at one point a 13-point lead for the home team is now down to 6. Saints up across midcourt. Illegal screen called. I believe it's on Lamette, and it is, so a turnover now for the Saints. 3 straight turnovers between the two teams, and we've got a timeout on the floor. 4:56 left at Altero's Gymnasium. It's Yellow Jackets 52, Saints 46. Welcome back to Saturday night women's college basketball here at Altero's Gymnasium on the campus of MSU Billings. Home team Yellow Jackets in white have not trailed tonight. They have led it wire to wire, but the Saints will not go away. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball with 4:56 left. Jackets nursing a 6-point lead. Courtney Nelson approaching midcourt and across. They'll set up the offense. They've turned it over on their last 2 possessions. Carrie Ann Kunkel cornered. Good pressure defense by the Saints. Ball movement. Most effective way to beat it. Aspen Giese no good. Montague rebounds. And a fresh shot clock for the Yellow Jackets. Under 4.5 to play. 6-point lead. Boyce in the lane with a free throw line. Montague in and out. Aspen Giese with another rebound, and she's whistled. She'll draw the foul, Will Giese.
Fouls on number 22, Ryan Clare.
And St. Martin's is over the limit here. So Giese will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Yellow Jackets will be shooting the rest of the way tonight. They've only attempted 4 free throws to 15 for St. Martin's. Jackets with just 1 foul here in the fourth quarter. Both free throws good for Aspen Giese. She's done it all tonight for the Yellow Jackets, especially on the offensive and defensive glass. So here comes Galbraith now. Her team trailing by 8. In the lane, double team, flips it up, no good. Rebound, Yellow Jackets. Kunkel comes away with it. Nelson pressured, falls, and a whistle. Foul on number 1, that'll be Galbraith. And Courtney Nelson will go back to the free throw line with 3:58 left here tonight. Again, game 1 of a doubleheader for the Yellow Jackets. Men to play about a half hour afterwards. Yellow Jacket men are 17-5 this season. Overall, 11-1 in the conference, so they can clinch a spot in the GNAC championships with a win tonight. Nelson's first free throw off the mark. Yellow Jacket women trying to bump their record to 12-1 in conference and pick up a 20-win season. They'd be 20-4 if they can hold on here tonight. Second free throw good for Courtney Nelson. Saints inbound, and here comes Hatchet Gross. Defended by Nelson. Saints work it around. Under 4 minutes to play now. Hatchet Gross drives, and she's fouled by Shayla Montague. That'll be 2 free throws for Hatchet Gross.
Fouls number 12, Shayla Montague.
Maya Hatchet Gross, the second leading scorer tonight for St. Martin. She's got 6 points along with Kiana Rios. Galbraith leads the Saints with 17. In fact, she leads everybody. Yellow Jackets pretty evenly split scoring-wise. Deani Boyce with 11. Carrie Ann Kunkel with 9. Montague with 8. And if you look at the league standings, as the full court press continues, and another foul call, this one will go on Maya Hatchet Gross. Courtney Nelson back to the free throw line. If you look at the league, not just the standings, but the individual stats, Yellow Jackets have very few players in the top 10 in any category. They're just deep. Scoring, rebounding, steals, assists. And, of course, they lead the league in scoring defense, giving up just 57.5 per game. That free throw's good. Western Washington also with just 57.5 per game allowed. So those two share the league right now. The lead in scoring defense, to no surprise. They're the top 2 teams in the league. Second free throw, no good for Nelson. So lead back to 8. 3.5 to play. Time running out on the Saints. Trying to avoid falling to 3-9 this season in conference play. And that one's thrown away. Shayla Montague comes away with it, and here comes Nelson down court. Yellow Jackets in no hurry. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Boyce finds Giese. Montague with it now. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Nelson, pump fake, elbow, jumper. Hard off the rim, rebound. Mike Curtius. And a reach-in going to be called against Carrie Ann Kunkel. So that'll be the third team foul against MSUB. Saints not shooting yet. They're not in the penalty here in the fourth quarter, so they'll inbound from underneath their own basket. 2:43 left at Alterowitz Gymnasium. Saints looking for any kind of offense right now, trailing by 8. Maya Hatchett-Gross with the basketball. Across to Gilbraith. In the corner. 9 on the shot clock. Now down to 5. Galbraith dribbling around, nowhere to go. Suffocating defense. She flips one up off the rim and no good. Big stop there for the Yellow Jackets. Nelson gets it across midcourt. Bumped, not once but twice, by Maya Hatchett-Gross. No whistle. They say play on. Giese with it now. 10 on the shot clock for the Yellow Jackets, and Kevin Wooden wants a timeout. Yellow Jackets will set up a play, leading 56-48 with 2:01 left in this one on a Saturday night. Back at Alterowitz Gymnasium, home of MSU Billings. Yellow Jackets with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 2:01 left in the game and an 8-point lead. Mentioned this is game one of a doubleheader tonight. Men to follow about a half hour afterwards. Yellow Jacket men have had to survive their last 3. They won by 2, survived by 1, and won by 2 on Thursday. Inside, Terrence Shelley, layup, soft touch is good. Lead back to 10 for the Yellow Jackets as Galbraith brings it up court for the Saints. Shiljak a 3 from distance. That's no good. Rebound. Saints off the mark. Last touch by the Yellow Jackets. I believe it was off Montague's fingertips. Possession stays with the Saints.
Timeout.
And now Christy Martin wants a timeout. Martin in her 7th season. Her team trailing by 10 with 1:41 left. Back from the St. Martin's timeout, let's see what the Saints have drawn up. 1:41 left. They trail by 10. Not out of it yet, but they'll need some three-pointers or at least a quick 2, and that one's no good. Rebound. Nelson. Double teamed. Up across midcourt. Montague safely. 1:30 left in this one. Yellow Jackets with a 10-point lead, ready to bump their record to 19. Check it, 20-4 overall this season. 10-2 in the conference. I'll make it 11-2 with a win. Kunkel with it. 5 on the shot clock. Reverse layup, no good. She goes to the ground, and here come the Saints. Galbraith, outlets to the basket. Off target, but a foul called on Courtney Nelson. So 2 free throws coming for the Saints, who trail by 10 with 1:03 left in this one.
Number 14, Courtney Nelson.
Kiana Rios will be at the free throw line.
Keely Jade Smith in for the Saints.
Keely Jade Smith checks back in for the Saints, and Terrence Shelley for the Yellow Jackets. Carrie Ann Kunkel takes a seat. So here comes a first free throw for Kiana Rios. Hard off the back. On the court right now for MSU Billings, Terrence Shelley, Shayla Montague, Aspen Giese, Deani Boyce, and Courtney Nelson. Second free throw's good. That trims it to 9. Full court press on. Giese handling the ball safely now across midcourt. And the Saints will have to foul, but they choose not to at this point. Giese in the lane, 13 still to shoot, and a jump ball is called. Possession will take it the other way, so St. Martin's will take over. A good defensive stand. They didn't have to waste a foul. Put MSU Billings on the free throw line. 9-point game, 44.7 left. Here comes Galbraith. Screen set on Giese. Galbraith to the basket, flips it up, no good. Shelley rebounds it, and she's fouled. So with 36.3 left, Yellow Jackets will head back to the free throw line. Their largest lead tonight was 13 points, and they've led it wire to wire. Jackets on the verge of improving to 20-4 this season.
Also, Caitlin Grossman.
Caitlin Grossman and Danny Zahn back into the game for the Yellow Jackets. Chloe Williams and Madeline Hegem will also enter here, along with Natalie Andreas. So Kevin Wooden will clear out his bench at the next dead ball. 30 seconds to play. Galbraith with it. 10-point lead for the home team Yellow Jackets on Hall of Fame weekend. Cross-court pass. Shot, three-pointer, no. Grossman deflects it, chases it down. Kevin Wooden calls a timeout. So the Yellow Jackets lead it with 19.3 left, 59-49. Leading scorers tonight, Angel Galbraith with 17. Better than anybody. Deani Boyce has 11 for the Yellow Jackets, followed by Carrie Ann Kunkel and Taryn Shelley, each with 9. Tell you what, though, Aspen Giese was a beast on the glass tonight. She had 9 rebounds. Taryn Shelley had 7. Yellow Jackets had a big first quarter. They led it 18-11 after 1. Only scored 9 in the second quarter. And they've outscored St. Martin's here in the fourth, 16-12. $18 turnovers tonight for the Saints, 15 for the Yellow Jackets. Do it. And it will. 59-49, MSU beats women with a home court win to make it 8 straight on the season. On Hall of Fame weekend here at MSUB in Altero's Gymnasium, the house that Shorty built. Solid game tonight. Yellow Jackets, again, I mentioned they're the top scoring defense in the league, sharing it right down to the 10th of a point with Western Washington. They've given up 57.5 this year. They hold St. Martin's to just 49 tonight. I mentioned it's Hall of Fame weekend. And the Hall of Fame inductees, who were announced and unveiled last night, will be inducted or announced again here at halftime of the men's game coming up. Yellow Jacket men getting set to tip off here tonight against Western Washington. That one about a half hour from now. But among those inducted to the Hall of Fame, former men's basketball player and assistant coach Ty Elkin, softball phenom Meg Harasimchuk, Brody Miller, the baseball All-American, and Janelle Olson, married name Beggar. And I think Janelle's going to come up here and join us shortly to talk about it. Teams make their way off the court. To recap this one, Yellow Jackets took it early. They jumped out with a quick three-pointer from the start and never trailed. They took the first quarter 18-11. St. Martin's owned the second quarter 12-9. They scored the final 6 points of that quarter. Yellow Jackets took the third 16-14 and 16-12 in the fourth quarter. So a big win for the Yellow Jackets as Shayla Montague joins us here momentarily. If she makes her way up, we'll give her the headset. Get her microphone turned on here. There you go. All right, Shay. Sweat still dripping off the forehead. Hey, how'd it feel? Another win. Longest of the season with, I think, 8 straight now.
Yeah, it feels really good to get another win. Winning or beating a team in the GNAC twice isn't easy, so it feels really good, yeah.
Saints just wouldn't go away tonight, and you guys led by as many as 13, I think, and they'd just continue to cut into it before you guys finally pulled away. What was Gilbraith really, I mean, she scored 17 for them tonight to lead everybody in scoring, but what was so tough about defending them or at least pulling away?
Yeah, they have a team, or they have a lot of talented players on their team. I think they are really good at taking people one-on-one, so I think we had to really step up and not foul. And there were a few times where we fouled, but I think we just came together as a team and got the win. So
you did, and it's Hall of Fame weekend, and one of the inductees is one of your assistant coaches, Janelle Olsen-Begger. She went to Billings West, as did you, so you remember. You guys didn't play together, but
I wish.
Your thoughts? Yeah, she's the school's all-time leading rebounder here at MSUB with 1,001.
Yeah.
What's it like having her on the bench when she can be here? Because she's a full-time mom and a part-time worker, so.
Yeah, she's a really hard worker, and it's so nice to have her. We all appreciate her so much. I remember growing up watching her play, and she just has so much grit, and she just is such a hard worker, and we all look up to her a lot, and we love having her, and just helping us grow as a team and showing us things that she did in college and high school, and we love her.
Talking about Hall of Fame inductee Janelle Olsen-Begger, what kind of a coach is she when she is down there with you? Does she just kind of explain things? Does she laugh a little? Does she yell at you guys?
She does a little bit of everything. She definitely knows how to hold us accountable, but she's definitely there to have fun too and support us, and that's what we love about her. So.
All right, well, you guys now hit the road for a couple of tough ones. Looks like you're on the road next here at. Scroll down here. You guys head to St. Martin's and then to Seattle Pacific.
Seattle
Hosted St. Martin's tonight, now off to Seattle Pacific, then at Western. I've been a game behind all night, to be honest with you, ever since the Western Oregon game the other night. So, off to Seattle Pacific, Western Washington, and Simon Fraser. 3 straight road games now.
Yeah, it's going to be some tough games, but we're looking forward to it. We can't wait.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Hit the practice court, hit the road, and good luck to you guys. Well, congratulations on reaching 20 wins this season. Now 11-2 in the conference, and sole possession of second place. Shayla Montague, appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So once again, that'll do it from Alterowitz Gymnasium. The final tonight, MSU Billings women make it 8 straight wins, 59-49 over the St. Martin Saints. Men coming up just about 25 minutes from now.